Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to a new live stream. Hello everyone, welcome to a new live stream. And of course, we have an intense week coming. Let me mute my mic here. All right, so hello everyone. Welcome. Hi Camel Blue. Welcome to the live stream, man. Yeah, so we have an intense week ahead, guys. I believe that, yeah, this trend toward the downside is gonna continue. We're gonna see, of course, what are the news and what we might have this week. And Arcane Sway, DXYZ bottomed. Okay, special request. So I'm gonna put it on the list. After the main list, of course, that we are looking at it, we're gonna start with NASDAQ, SPX, Tesla, Nvidia, gold, Coinbase, and Intel and Palantir. Then we move ahead, of course, with the special request. Shafi, can't wait to see what the NASDAQ and SPX have in the store for us. Could you cover coin? Yes, of course, it's already in the main list. So Coinbase will be there, guys. You're very welcome. And everyone, thank you, Shafi. You're a kind guy, man. Thank you. CELH, Arcane also, okay, and Tesla. All right, yeah, CLH will be after the main list as well. Tesla is already in the main list, so that would be good. All right, so very intense week, as we said, and a lot of news are upcoming for this week. We have the tariffs as well on the April to April. New tariffs are coming from Donald Trump and targeting this time, of course, the steel and the aluminum and the cars, which is already done, but yeah, it might even be extended. So we have to be very careful in the 2nd of April, which it's gonna be very intense for the market, guys. Trade safe. And of course, the steel and the aluminum is gonna affect a lot. It's gonna be worse than the cars. Is gonna affect the manufacturing, which is coming as well as a news this week. Let's move to the daily. So this week we have also economical news that it might affect. Also, we have the jobs opening. We're gonna see, of course, the employment report on April 4 as well, and we have the PMI. So definitely the PMI is gonna also hit, especially with new tariffs on the steel and the aluminum, guys. So we have to be careful so much. It's gonna, yeah, obviously we have closed the market on Friday with a surge toward the downside. So we're gonna see what we gonna Arcane Bitcoin. We are in stock market, bro. Bitcoin is on the other channel, man. So now I cannot move with Bitcoin. But we're gonna do for you the what you asked for in the special request. But first, after the main list, where you have Tesla as well. Oh shit. You can't hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Hello? Um, Camel Blue can't hear anything. Can you hear me, guys? Because I see my mic working. Can you hear me now? Okay, Arcane, you can hear me. Perfect. Okay. All right. So Camel Blue is the problem. The problem is from your apartment. Shafi, welcome, man. Welcome. Yeah, okay, guys. So yeah, we were talking about the news. So we have to be careful. It's a very intense week, and definitely we're gonna move toward the downside. So we have to be really careful. And okay, so on the weekly, we were looking. I was a little bit analyzing before we start the stream, and I was looking at the weekly here, where we're moving toward the upside, and I was looking at this area and this area, which it was our covered here, the covered area in the 19 here, 2019. This was the covered, and then the Ukraine war. Yeah, so would the tariffs continue and give the KO for the market? Meaning, a KO meaning, of course, are we gonna move for a big expanding flat here? Because this is gonna be the answer for a recession. So as you can see, hit after the other, and now we got this. So if this is gonna be our big correction here, since the COVID, that will be painful, guys. That will be very, very painful. So we have to be careful. The whole correction that it has started from this wave 4 here, it might be extended. So, well, I know that it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, but that is no finished wave 5. This is a problem. And basically, the primary target is the blue zone in case of recession. Hopefully not, guys, that we retrace from somewhere here. And but tomorrow, yeah, it's gonna give us an answer. Actually, we have a small expanding flat here. This is our last chance for this market. In case, of course, we want to save it and move on. You don't want to break the level for this expanding flat. Let's move inside it, meaning in this area, you are looking for those levels. If we break this level 1.618, 16K 400 almost, this is gonna be, of course, our recession signal, guys. Taking the 1 here, meaning it's gonna be, of course, invalidation of this impulse in case we are in an impulse wave 5 as explained, because it is not finished. So basically, we're looking for a wave 4, maybe deeper wave 4. It can be, of course, deeper wave 4, yeah, but and then moving toward the upside for a wave 5. But if we break this and we take the recession signal at 16K exactly, that would be painful. So we have to be careful. Tomorrow might start. I know tomorrow it is not the time for the tariffs and the news, but be careful. The market is already locked and low. Yeah, so be careful. IWM, the lowest target. Okay, Arcane, one after the one. We're gonna start, of course, with the list, and then we move with the special request. With pleasure, man. Okay, so let's move inside it to see what do we have for tomorrow, what it might happen tomorrow at the open, or I would say tonight at the opening. We have, of course, our WXNY. Now, the good thing in NASDAQ, okay, it doesn't show, I know it looks like very intense, but you see a lot of overlapping with the last wave here. The only gap that you can find is, barely here and then invalidated later. Meaning, we don't have an impulse, a clean impulse in this area. Yeah, so that is a good thing, meaning transforming this into a corrective wave. If you have a corrective wave after, of course, what it's supposed to be an impulse, meaning, of course, it can turn definitely to a W and then X and a Y. Meaning you have finished 3 waves toward the downside. You're looking for 3 waves up, which we got it. And here we go, moving toward the downside again. Potentially, it can be, of course, a bigger zigzag or flat. But basically, we're looking for the 1-to-1 fib level at both case scenarios, because the 1-to-1 fib level is the minimum target, I would say, for this drop. Now, inside this area, since we have retraced and we move toward the downside, if we move a little bit inside it, you can see, guys, that we have an impulse 1, 2, 3, and then your wave 4 here was explained, of course, in the last analysis. We cannot see any kind of wave 5 finishing here in this whole area. We can see even as expanding flat for wave A, 3 waves for wave B, and an impulse for wave C, meaning a big ABC to finish a wave 4. And then starting, of course, a leading diagonal here for your wave 5, which it was supposed to be an ending diagonal. But yeah, just wave 2, very shallow, and then boom. And this is exactly our wave 5 right now. And that because, of course, we cannot count any wave 5 for this impulse here. And that means, of course, we have finished currently 1, 2, 3, 4 extended wave 5. This wave 5 is a leading diagonal here. You have 1, 2, 3. Potentially, this can be a wave 4 here. The noise that we have, let's move in the 15-minute chart for micro. As you can see, yeah, there is some corrective noise here. And this means, of course, after the main wave 1 here, you have 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 for your wave 3, meaning finished wave 3. What we are expecting next is a 4 and a 5. 4 and a 5 to finish, of course, the full impulse here toward the downside, finishing with it a main wave 1. And that is for Monday. Yeah, so that might be, of course, our price action for Monday, as you can see, until 5 afternoon. So we might bottom around it, around 5 afternoon. The next day, which is gonna be the 31 of March, we might see some retracement a little bit. It might be your wave 2, but it's corrective. It's gonna be corrective. If we, let's say, and just do, here we go. That's it. That is more than enough for a wave 2. Yeah. So if we're wave 2 given at 0.38, which is next day would be the 1 and the 1st of April, which is gonna be loaded, loaded by sellers. At the end, the news are there already, and I doubt that even we might reach the 19K500. So we have to be careful. We might drop down directly. So of course, be ready for this, guys. A massive wave 3 might unfold on the 1st, even before coming to the 2nd. And on the 2nd, it's just gonna simply continue with a wave 5, potentially 4 and a 5. So, and then hitting the blue box. I believe that this week, even the start of the week or in the middle of this week, we're gonna, of course, reach the 17K200, guys, and we might start the test from now of a recession. So in this week, we might test a recession, meaning if we don't hold on the 1-to-1 fib levels, this is the first signal. If we don't hold on the market, the price at the 1-to-1 fib level, this is our first signal of weakness, meaning, next is the blue box, and after the blue box is the recession, guys. What does it mean, recession? Of course, we know what is the definition. What does it mean on chart? What does it mean, recession? Is definitely the big blue box exactly here. So Of course, that is a retracement. It's gonna be definitely a retracement, but yeah, continuation toward the downside, and it might open 4 and a 5 even. So transforming all this move toward the downside potentially as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing a full, of course, expanding flat. And why we gonna, of course, get the signal exactly at this area? Because if you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we are looking for one as an impulse, or even if we are in 1, 2, 1, 2, you don't want to see the wave 2 taking the low, or the 886, which is before it. Taking the 886 for this 1, 2 as a fib level, meaning definitely you're moving to the low here. Yeah, that means already finished 3 waves and moving definitely for lower, guys. So, yep. And how much potential this can happen? It depends. It depends in this area what the fundamentals are going to be, guys. It depends on the fundamentals what are going to be, and of course on the tariffs news and the effects and the counter attack from other countries. Yeah, so I doubt that it's gonna be nice to see. So SPX, SPX is the same aligned, of course, with the NASDAQ 100%. In the SPX, you can even count still 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. No invalidation yet given for this impulse, meaning on Monday we might see, of course, 2 scenarios. One of them, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, you are looking for a wave 5 here, meaning the wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish, of course, this final wave. Finishing with it a wave 1. Of course, we're not finished here. It's just that you finished a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This might be, of course, for this week. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 2 is too high, by the way. Of course, it's not gonna reach even here. So basically, the second scenario that it might happen is ABC wave V here, and then directly move towards the downside on Monday. Meaning, first you have to check the blue box. If we hit it and we see a reaction, okay, then therefore it can be something like ABC running flat. We're gonna re-estimate. If we get 5 waves up, 3 waves down, continuation toward the upside, breaking the high, confirmation for a little bit higher, test to be, of course, on the 1-to-1 fib level. If we retrace down massively, okay, it's done. We'll continue toward the downside. If we break it, if we break the 1 fib level, okay, then something else is unfolding that it might be a recover. But yeah, we're gonna see, of course, based on the news as well. A lot of fear is already loaded, guys, in the market. Yep, so we're gonna see the effects, of course, on Tesla, on Nvidia, gold, and Coinbase, and Intel, and Palantir. Let's start with Tesla. So Tesla, okay, in Tesla, there is something, of course, a little bit weird that we saw, of course, a little bit move towards the upside even during the tariffs, yeah, in this area. But however, it was, of course, your wave C finished for a wave 5. And that means, of course, you have finished 1, 2, 3 potentially here, meaning ABC, and because we don't have a 4 and a 5. I mean, it's not invalidated yet, I know, but I doubt it. Okay, I doubt it. We are still in bullish, by the way, bullish trend, but I doubt it that it's gonna survive. Invalidation of this bullish scenario is taking the wave 1. Interfering with the zone 1 is not allowed in Elliott wave, meaning, of course, you're looking at finished 3 waves, 100% for sure. Now, how do I read this? Okay, you have 1, 2, 1, 2. You have a wave 3, and potentially 4 and a 5, and 4 and a 5, in case because you have double 1, 2s here. So for your impulse, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and a 5 for the first one, 2, and then 4 and a 5 for the second one, 2. Yeah. But I label it just one impulse just to make it less chaotic here. Okay, I just keep it. So basically, if we are impulsive, meaning you finished, of course, your wave 3 here, and maybe this is your main wave 4, or yeah, a big wave 4, and then you're looking for a wave 5 here. But the problem is here that you have an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but don't forget as well that it might be a bigger wave 4, and that means, of course, you might have this wave 4 here, moving or shifting to this area. Why? Because, of course, based on the time that you can see here, the 1 to 1 time needed for a wave 4 is not achieved yet. But don't forget that you bottomed after the 0.618. Bottoming after the 0.618, of course, is a possible finished wave 4, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. However, if this is an impulse and finished as explained, like with double 4, 5 here, meaning this is your wave 4. If the wave 4 moves down like this as a zigzag, then it's done. Yep, so these are the insights for Tesla. 251 is the invalidation, and we might, of course, continue towards the downside, towards the next blue box, which is, of course, is the 0.618 1-to-1 fib level. 191, $200 for Tesla to be estimated with this drop, and I believe based on the NASDAQ and the SPX and the news and the fear and everything, we're taking this course here. So, potentially next target is $200 for Tesla, I would say. In what scenario? In a scenario, don't forget that in overall, and it's true that you are in this small wave toward the upside and bullish and not invalidated yet, but don't forget that in overall, we are very bearish in double 1, 2. You have finished here your wave 3 only for this double 1, 2 inside your wave 3, meaning your wave 3 starts from here. You have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You're looking for the 4 and a 5 in the white. The white is going to finish the wave 3 in the yellow, meaning 1, 2, and then 3, 4. You're looking for a wave 4 in the yellow to finish, of course, a wave 3 in the magenta. We need to push the things. Here we go. So to finish a wave 3, here we go, in the magenta or in the pink, and moving even for lower to finally finish, of course, potentially wave 1 in orange or a wave A to be re-estimated at that time. Yep, so basically we're gonna see, I mean, in a bigger view for Tesla, in a bigger view, if we move to this area here, let me turn off, you are looking at this scenario, in a worst case scenario, the worst case scenario for Tesla in case, which it is open for it, guys. We have to be careful from it. 3 ways down, 3 ways up. 1, 2 is this impulse that is gonna finish right now with this leg is gonna be your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing in the perfect box for an expanding flat wave C. $50, $70. What a psychological numbers as well, right? A very, very low, I would say. It's huge, but yeah. So we hear a lot about Tesla. We hear also a lot of experts saying that anyway, Tesla is overpriced. So it might be true. Yep. So that was it for Tesla. Let's take a look at Nvidia. So Nvidia, yeah. So today someone also suggested something that he told me that he thinks that this is a wave A right now. Yeah, that all of it is a wave A, and that this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm gonna explain why it is not. First of all, we're talking from this top. You have 3 waves down, potentially as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You have an impulse for a wave A here. Yeah, I'm gonna label this to make it much more clear. Why ABC? Then we got, of course, 3 waves toward the upside. You move toward the downside again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So first scenario, or first reason why we finished here, a wave A, main wave A, is that you have a finished structure in an impulse. Impulse, correction, 3 waves, impulse. Very simple, right? Second reason is that you have bottomed here as well for a perfect zigzag, 1-to-1 fib level, 100% precision. Third reason is based on the fib time taken from the A to the B for a zigzag wave C. You also bottomed around the perfect fib time, which is 1-to-1 fib time as well for this wave C. Perfection. Okay, so it is a perfection of an ABC zigzag. Therefore, this wave or this move toward the upside can be finished, can be not finished yet. It can be 3 waves toward the upside done, or something corrective done, meaning you finished an A, a B, and you're looking for a wave C toward the downside. This is the first scenario that we have, A, B, and a C. Let's put it in a bigger one. And in case that you did not finish yet a wave B, meaning you're looking for a clear 3 waves toward the upside for a wave B. Because this is corrective, or it can be, I mean, it's hard to call this an impulse here. If we move inside it on the 1 hour chart, well, it can be actually. It can be impulsive, where you have 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Of course, if we dive deeper, maybe we can find several 1, 2, several 4, 5. But already very clear as, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, not invalidated, not touching the zone 1. And that means, of course, it might be your wave A. You're looking for a wave B, and you're looking for a wave C to finish the main wave B. This is what I believe. This is my count already given. And potentially, well, if the things doesn't work well here, because this looks very impulsive, but almost finished, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning one more leg toward the downside. That would be it. That will be it. Meaning you finished potentially A, B, C for wave B, and then moving higher for wave B and a wave C as well. Meaning A, B, and a C to finish a wave B, moving to the wave C, which is a bigger one. So this is why I was saying, okay, it's impossible to have a big wave A right now. This is done already. You are definitely in a wave B, finished or unfinished. It can be finished, it can be unfinished. The answer is here. We are already in the blue box, so nice hit already, because we're looking for the 0.618, 0.786 to test the price. So we are under a test right now for Nvidia. We're testing this area because if we break it and touch the 886, well, it still can be just a wave C. But that means you cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 because you have impulse. But currently it still can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards the upside. I don't know how much is gonna be lucky. I mean, it needs luck here, to be honest, under those circumstances with the market. 1-to-1 fib level is the next test. If we move higher, hit the 1-to-1 fib level taken from the A to the B to the C, it will be tested again, which is in confluence with an impulse 1, 2. So this box here is your wave 2 as 1, 2. What does it mean? It means if this, because this is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it might be your wave 1, and that's why that is a question mark. This is your second wave one, and you might move impulsively toward the downside. Yep, so this is the problem. Yeah, and in this case scenario, we are looking, of course, at two scenarios in Nvidia. Whether we are in three waves, zigzag, we're looking for a wave B, and you're looking for a wave C, perfect target, maybe 1-to-1 fib level I prefer, which it should be higher, potentially. Here we go. If we hit perfectly the 1-to-1 fib level here, your 1-to-1 fib level as a zigzag can be higher than the blue box, $88. Meaning we're gonna test again this area, which is gonna retrace anyway. 3 waves or 5 waves toward the upside. 3 waves meaning continuation toward the downside. 5 waves means potentially moving for higher, potentially in a zigzag, of course, step by step. But basically, it can be ABC here, and then moving toward the upside again, or it's gonna be impulsive. The next scenario, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Meaning blue box. Yeah. Why? Because you need an impulse to finish A, 3 waves down, 3 waves up for a wave B. You need an impulse, which it can be double 1, 2, and then moving toward the downside. Last scenario, there is still possible scenario, which is an ending diagonal. Here we go. This is possibility 3. Ending diagonal, meaning if we move directly toward the downside, to be retested, of course, for an ending diagonal in wave 5. Why? Because your wave 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 impulse. If you start an ending diagonal with an impulse, you're obliged with wave 3 and 5 to be impulsive. Sometimes the wave 2 and or the wave 4 and or the wave 4 can be impulsive as well. Just when you start an impulse and ending diagonal. This is the most complicated pattern, by the way. Not the most, but I mean it's a complicated pattern when it is an ending diagonal with impulses. There is a lot of rules in it. One of the wave 2 or the wave 4 has to be an impulse, which is potentially this can be. Yeah, so we have to be careful with it. And then potentially that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is corrective. It can be corrective, it can be impulse. It doesn't matter. What it matters that you would like to see 5 impulses inside, and one of the 2 or the 4 should be also an impulse, which is very possible just by looking at it. So we're gonna test in this area as well the fib level for a wave 5. Meaning if this is a wave 3, here we go with the snapping. Wave 5 as diagonal is the following area. So we can say even we have a testing for a blue box first as well before the 1-to-1 fib level. And this is how we know if we bottomed or not. Okay, so as you can see, we have several steps, guys. First step is to break this area, hitting the 886, invalidation of 1 or A, B, and a C, potentially still. But if we take the 886, higher potential to take this low, moving to the next step. Next step is an ending or leading diagonal. Nobody knows. It might transform to a leading diagonal as well. If this is taken, we're gonna retest. If still looking for lower, we're gonna retest for a big A, B, and a C. If we go lower, then you're done. You're moving in a double 1, 2. Your double 1, 2 has been given. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And potentially one more for 5, of course. 4 and a 5. Yep, so this is how I think next week it's going to be. Don't forget, of course, next week, on Monday, I'm traveling to Egypt, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it up, of course, with you. I'm gonna try my best to always analyze the daily with NASDAQ and the close with SPX and NASDAQ as well, as much as possible, guys. Yeah, also you can, if you want, you can join on Discord as well. I'm gonna try to be there as well as much as possible on Discord channel. So this was for Nvidia. Expect, of course, as you can see, guys, most of the scenarios are bearish, but of course, I mean, because we have an impulse here, we are right now testing this impulse with final leg. If we move for higher, you have a chance here for a wave C to be finished. If we break it, okay, something else is unfolding. A surprise there might be unfolding. Yep, so this is what I see for Nvidia. Next is the gold a little bit. Yeah, the gold has a lot of news right now, especially that the US is taking all the gold from Great Britain, and Germany is retrieving the gold from the US. So that's why we're seeing the gold price are just surging like crazy. Let's see. The gold, the last day we got a new all-time high. Again, a new all-time high, which is 3,087.86. Very interesting for the gold. And we are still looking potentially for higher to finish this wave 5. Okay. So basically what we are in the gold here looking at is the following. You're looking at a final impulse towards the upside to finish a wave 5. All the waves, all the counting are finishing in this area, meaning the gold is very, very close for a top. Okay. Arcane, I think you're writing something and it is automatically deleted because there are some words which only the scams uses. So I put it in the forbidden words. So yeah, try to find out what is that word which is not allowing you to write this message. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This wave 5 has to be finished, as you can see, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently, you are in the wave 5 of 5 of 5. Yeah, so be careful. We're very close to, of course, top for the gold. And inside this wave 5, you have 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We're looking at the final wave for this wave 5. Yeah. Here we go. Meaning the gold might be very, very close. Here we go on the 4 hour. Here we go. Yeah, we are already in the blue boxes. Interfering blue box, top area. This is 100. I hate to say 100. 90%. We're gonna top here. Yeah, inside this blue box, maximum is a 1-to-1 fib level. You are already in the targets given. Yeah, so very risky. If you're buying, very risky. We might drop toward the downside. Where are we gonna drop? Let me explain on a bigger view because we finished a huge structure here. 2 structures. Even the gold needs the 2 weeks to see it clearer. Here we go. So in the gold, you have 2 structures. It can be where we have 1, 2, and then 3. This is your wave 3 in a leading diagonal. Finished as zigzags, a zigzag for 1, correction, a zigzag for the 3. You're looking for a wave 4 in a leading diagonal, and this wave 4 might be, as a perfect target normally, is 0.38, 0.5. 1,200, $900. The 0.23 is also a potential for a wave 4 in a leading diagonal moving toward the wave 5, of course, as a zigzag. Meaning 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 are open. However, if we are in a leading diagonal, we might see a deeper wave 4. 1,750 is a minimum target. This is a minimum target. We're talking here from 3,000. Yeah, it's almost 50%. But if this happens, you're moving even much more explosive and impulsive toward the upside. In case the second scenario here is going to happen, which is A, 3 ways up, A in a blue, B in a blue, and you're looking for a wave C in the blue scenario. Your wave C has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your target for a wave 4 in this scenario for an impulse in a wave 4, the orange one that you're looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, can be between the 0.23, 0.38. Minimum target 2,400. And then moving for one more wave toward the upside, 5,000 potential, finishing wave C, and then anyway moving down again, potentially coming back to this area. Then continuation, very simple. You finish three waves up, 3 waves down, impulsive again toward the upside. So the gold, I would say 90% we have topped. So be careful with it. The only scenario that you can see a movement toward the upside massively is considering this as 1, 2, and then 1, 2 again. Don't forget that even with the 1, 2 or double 1, 2s here, you need to hit minimum target, the 0.38. This is a target in confluence, therefore. If you have 1, 2, 1, 2, or if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 4 can be 0.23, it is allowed, which is the most common actually. But wave 2, it is mandatory, minimum requirement 0.38, meaning 2,000. However, higher possibility for this scenario, I see a higher possibility, of course, is the leading diagonal, but we have to test this area before we say we are moving for lower. And this what is going to happen next. Yep, so that was it for the gold. Let's see Coinbase. Okay, on Coinbase, we can see, of course, yeah, it's dropping, of course, no surprise. Even like the crypto market is dropping like hell. So as you can see, we have in this area, we have something like W, X, and a Y. I think 2 weeks is too much for the Coinbase. It's a small chart. Here we go. We have W, X, and a Y. We have a flat. You have an X in between, and you have a zigzag for a wave Y, finishing three-wave structure for a wave A or a W. You're looking for an A, B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished wave C potentially. Or maybe you're looking at double 1, 2. Well, what is your wave 3? If this is your wave 3, well, that is a very shallow wave 3. Meaning no impulses in this area. If we have an impulse, you can read it only here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 3 is okay, a little bit longer than your wave 1. Your wave 5, yeah, is smaller potentially, yeah, than wave 3. Very weird impulse, but I call it ABC. And as you can see, 3-wave corrective, 3 waves up, so there is no continuation anyway for double 1, 2, double 4, 5. If you are in double 1, 2, you're looking for 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. What is your wave 5? This is a 3 waves toward the upside, meaning we are very corrective. 3 waves down, 3 waves up. You're looking, of course, for 3-wave structure potentially toward the downside in W, X, and a Y. Your wave Y, which is an expanding flat, might be, of course, the 3 waves down, 3 up. You're looking for an impulse, which is obviously an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Potentially having a double 1, 2, we're going to move inside it. Inside it, we have the following scenario. Yeah, so we have 1 impulse, wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You might have an extended wave 5 hitting perfectly the blue boxes, which are, yes, in confluence. Very nice confluence, by the way. 1.38, 1.618 taken from this expanding flat. 0.618 and 1-to-1 fib level taken from the wave 1 based on the wave 3, giving us this box here, which is in a perfect confluence, meaning definitely our target is inside this blue box. Yep. So currently on the 1 hour chart, you are on the way for it. Let's zoom in. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is only your wave 1, guys. This is only your wave 1. 1.618 already hit almost all around it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finished. Done. What it might happen after it in a bigger view again, what it might happen, what is coming next after hitting this, you finish a structure, W, X, and a Y. You're looking for another structure, which it can be corrective as well, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, then crash, I would say, because it's gonna be a big wave C towards the downside, or you start a new psychology in the market. You start a new psychology and you move impulsively toward the upside. One of these two scenarios might unfold. Yep, so that was it for Coinbase. Next is Intel. Here we go. So on the Intel, what do we have? Here we go. All right, on the Intel, okay, we need even bigger 2 weeks. Would be nice. Yeah, okay. Most welcome, Shafi. Thank you, man. I'm glad that it helps always. All right. So for Intel, we are looking for 1, 2, 3, 4. You're looking for a wave 5 potentially. This is the first scenario, but low possibility. Why? If you are in a wave 4, okay, it can be that your 0.23 can be hit here. Yeah, so as a 1, 2, and a 3, ABC, you would like to hit the 0.23 as a wave 4, but the problem here is I don't see an impulse toward the downside yet. Yeah, it's not confirmed. Therefore, a potential second scenario can be here a finished 3 waves toward the upside ABC. This is a wave C finished in 5 ways, impulsive. You finished a wave A. You're looking for a sideways triangle in a wave B. A, B, C, D, E to finish a wave B and looking for higher to hit a wave C, which it can be first the 1-to-1 fib level at $92 possibly. Why I think this? Because again, the problem that I see here is that you have potentially 1, 2, 3, 4 invalidated. Let's zoom in. On the daily, for this structure toward the downside, which it should be a wave C here, you have a 1, A, B, C for a wave 2. First reason is that the wave 2 has took the high or even the 886, very, very close to the bottom, meaning very rare case scenario that you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 unless it is corrective. Second reason, in case you was really a wave 1, 2 here, your wave 4 invalidated this impulse. And therefore, you cannot count this an impulse toward the downside. If you cannot count this an impulse toward the downside, you cannot call it a wave C yet for a flat. You can call it a wave C for a triangle. Why? Because it has ended up in 3 waves down, corrective, another 3 waves down, or an impulse, it doesn't matter. It means you finished in 3 waves. One more leg, definitely, to finish this impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially again for 5, double for 5 inside the blue box, of course, still. What is important here is that this is corrective and not impulsive, not 1, 2, 3, 4, invalidated. ABC, WXY, potentially it can be an impulse or it can be a zigzag here. 3 waves, meaning W, X, and a Y. What does it mean in a bigger view again? If this ends up as a corrective, if this wave ends up as a correction here, 3 waves, meaning whether you are in W, X, and a Y, it's not important to take the low, therefore, It can or it cannot. It's allowed to not take it. Or you are in a bigger corrective wave, because this is corrective, meaning, yeah, A, B, C, D, E. Finishing triangle, finishing wave B. Therefore, from here, you get the idea, okay, if we are finishing this as a triangle, which it can be anyway, also both, as an impulse wave 4, or as an impulse wave 4, or as a wave B, it can be, of course, unfolding a wave 5 or a wave C toward the upside. Both has the same almost target, unless we see, let me go to the 2 weeks again, unless you have this target taken from the wave 1 here to the wave 3, giving us this box for a wave 5, meaning your wave 5 can reach even higher. Now don't forget that those are logarithmic fib levels. If I remove the logarithmic fib levels, look where it goes back. Again, almost the same area, taking simply the high. Therefore, I prefer, to stay with, or to stick with it, without the logarithmic here. Meaning, inside this area, let's move to the targets just to see it clearer, because it's very choppy here. Okay, so your targets, let's move those targets. Here we go. 93 and 90, or 79. So I would say the blue box can be in between. Very simple. This is our next blue box. Here we go. Going back to for our chart. Here we go. Yeah. This is what we are looking for. A move towards the upside from this blue box, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. That was it for the Intel Palantir, or Palantir, I think is you call it. Palantir. All right. Okay. Yeah, in Palantir, we see, of course, something really interesting. We saw a very massive move towards the upside. Now, we are currently, of course, in a correction. After, of course, having 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you're looking for 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing wave 3 in the yellow, and you're looking for this correction and moving for 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Where are we from this corrective wave? So we are looking at the 1 hour chart. You can see that we have, of course, potentially here that you have finished a correction, meaning with this scenario where you have finished A, B, and a C, you have finished main wave A potentially, or finished correction. And you're looking for another A, B, C toward the upside, yeah, and then again toward the downside for a bigger wave C. Yeah. So we have to be careful also that we might still be corrective in Palantir. In case we are bullish, why I'm saying we have to be careful, because if you are in 1, 2, 1, 2 here, you're looking for wave 3. Wave 4 has hit, of course, the zone 1. Invalidation already for an impulse, meaning you are corrective. A, B, and a C. This is how it has ended up. Let's, by the way, update this. It has been a long time. As you can see, higher potential for bullish if you move for higher, that was in this area. Now it has transformed directly to invalidation. If you hit it again, it becomes invalidation. Meaning you have finished here an A, B, and a C. Here we go. So after finishing this ABC, you're looking for a big wave C here towards the downside, meaning this big scenario. And we are looking to the 1-to-1 fib level. Here we go. Target is the $48 for Palantir. In Confluence, if we want to see something in Confluence to get much more insights here, so you are in a wave 3, in a wave 4 in the yellow, meaning yes, it has to be taken from this wave 2 to this wave 3. And let's look for a wave 4 in an impulse, meaning in Confluence, here we go. All right. Oh, okay. That can be very, very deep. Okay, let's remove this one. It can be the 0.5 as $50. Okay. Yep. So potentially it's gonna be a deep correction, even $48. 0.23 already hit. Maybe it can be in confluence. Don't forget that the 0.618 as well is an uncommon target for a zigzag, meaning sometimes the zigzag can finish simply here or around it, which is of course in confluence area 0.38. So it can be also the 0.38 starting from this blue box. Yeah, you have to watch for retracement. This is what I think. Yep. So Palantir still, of course, looking for lower, moving towards the upside. We got the answer, yeah, that we are still corrective, meaning you're gonna take the low sooner or later. Next target to watch is 67. If you start to move impulsive toward the upside, breaking the high, this pattern you would like to see it repeating anywhere inside this zone. If this pattern form anywhere inside this blue zone, starting from the 0.618, meaning you're moving toward the upside. Okay. Yep, so that was the list, the main list for today. We're gonna start with a special request for you guys. Arcane, let's start with it. You already requested the first one was DXYZ. DXYZ. Let's watch what is it. Okay, it's Destiny Technology. All right. Okay. All right, very simple. Okay. So in a bigger view on the daily, we have an A, B, and a C. You have finished three waves toward the upside, meaning you are in a big wave A or a big W. After this, you are looking for definitely corrective wave, very complex WXY or WXYX and a Z. WXYX and a Z. Finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave C truncated. What does it mean truncated? You failed to take the low. Very obvious 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Failing to take the low, meaning truncated. So basically, this opens different scenarios. Pilyak, welcome, man. Welcome to the live stream. All right, so basically, we have two scenarios, A, B, and a C here finished in a blue. We have this one is smaller. Let's just make this a little bit nicer. Okay, so whether you're looking right now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because you don't have invalidation. As you can see, this is your 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finished wave 3, 4, and a 5. So definitely you are in an impulse towards the downside. We're gonna estimate what it can be as well. So in this case scenario, you are in a big wave 1 or a wave A. And that means wave A, B, and a C toward the downside. 3 waves. Now, if you have 3 waves toward the downside, like this, meaning you are looking to finish this impulse definitely as a wave A, B, and a C. This opens a big scenario as triangle. Here we go. Additional scenario, you have a big A, you're looking for wave B. Once the structure is finished, you're looking for C, D, and a E. Oh, I picked the flat. A, B, C, D, and a E. Why? Because you might finish, of course, a zigzag. Now, if you finish a bigger impulse, meaning if you are in a big wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, you are finishing here a big correction towards the downside, meaning 3 ways up, and then of course correction. You finish 3 ways up here, yeah, and then you're looking for a new psychology, I would say, because when you start, of course, a new fresh impulse toward the downside, If you take the low, meaning of course you're looking for a bearish, very bearish market. Meaning A, it can be A, B, and a C. Of course, it opens a lot of scenarios. A lot of scenarios. Another scenario, here we go. A, B, and a C. This one, we're gonna put it in the red because it's gonna be very bearish. Let's put it even with this one. Here we go. Why it can be very bearish? Because it can transform to an expanding flat, meaning A, zigzag wave B moving even lower, like this for a wave B, taking the low, and then moving impulsively toward the upside for a wave C, meaning a big expanding flat. Well, guys, it is a correction. This is a problem. When you see a corrective wave, this is the quantity of scenarios that it opens. That's why never trade a corrective chart. Always trade an impulsive chart. Yep, trade safe. That was for the Destiny or DXYZ. We have another request, CELH. What is that? Celsius. Yeah, okay. Interesting Celsius as well. All right. 3 ways down. Okay. Okay. That is an impulsive chart. Okay, that's nice. Let's analyze this. First, you have an A, B, and a C. Meaning, you see a 3 corrective wave, and then you see an impulse toward the upside, taking the high impulsively. Psychology found inside this area. If a psychology is found in this area, meaning you have something has, of course, fueled this market toward the upside. You have several 1-2s here potentially. You have 1-2 and another ABC for a wave 2, meaning double 1-2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Wow. Extended wave 5. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for your wave 5. You have double 1-2. You have main wave 3 longer, wave 3 longer than your wave 1, both of them. And then you have a wave 4 impulse toward the upside for your first wave 5, correction for a wave 5. Very nice. Let's label this. So first 1-2 is over there. You have a 1 ABC. So 1 ABC as a flat here. Wave 2, you got a wave 3, you got a wave 4, and a 5. And then we have 1, 2, finished wave 3 over the 5. You have a big wave 4 here, and then a big wave 5. That was your white scenario. Here we go. And yeah, no need to mark this. Okay, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for your main or extended wave 5. Here we go. Have to go. We'll catch up with the rest at the stream tonight. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Shafi. You're very welcome, man. I'm glad to see you there. And enjoy your time. Of course, this is the weekend. Enjoy your time as much as possible, man. All right. So what does this mean? Definitely we are impulsive after a 3 corrective waves. Definitely we found psychology. Exactly. And then we're moving right now toward the upside, meaning you finished a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 again toward the upside. This is your main scenario. As a big impulse, we're gonna estimate the target for wave 2, or you are in another scenario in an A, B, and a C as well. This is gonna be the blue scenario always. Here we go. Yep. So if we are okay, final scenario is of course here WXY, but only. Oh, welcome, Arcane. Thank you, man. Wave B as an expanding flat just to test it. Aha. Okay. Another scenario. So What I'm testing here, guys, is the wave B as an expanding flat taken from a wave A, WXNY, wave B, and then this is your bearish scenario wave C. Okay, so this is how the things works. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this label smaller, even smaller. Here we go. Put it in gray, not so important. What is important here is the A, the B, and the C in the red magenta bearish color. Here we go. There you go, guys. Meaning you finish here potentially W, X, and a Y can be, or even it can be here your WXY for 3-wave correction again, and then an impulse, meaning A, B, and a C, yeah, and then moving toward the downside. Impulsively, or it can be another 3-wave structure, W, X, and Y as well. So those are the scenarios for this area. Here we go. Or your wave 2 and wave B. So how we can identify are we bearish or bullish? So if you are in a wave 2 in an impulse, you're looking here for these scenarios. Yeah, so wave 2 between minimum target 0.38, 0.5. If the price action reaches this area soon or later, because it has to in all case scenarios right now, obviously, in all case scenarios, that means you are bearish, short term at least, you have to test the area here. 5 ways up, 3 ways down, continuation, breaking the high, you are bullish, you're looking for higher. Of course, on lower scale, guys. It doesn't have to be big here. We're talking here, very low scale. 5 ways up, moving towards the upside, taking the high. This is your wave 1, 2, and potential wave 3, 4, and a 5. Why potential? Because you still have to test your 1-to-1 fib level for a zigzag. A, B, and a C. If retracement, okay, continuation towards the downside. If breaking, overshooting, you are in a wave 3, you're looking for 4 and 5 to take the all-time high and continuation toward the upside for a main wave 3, which it can be impulsive or it can be your wave C. Yeah, this blue one. So you need a big impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is by all means. If the price action keep moving down correctively, 3 ways up, taking this high, again with this drop, directly you know that you are corrective. Without taking the low, guys, just by taking this high, think about it in Elliott wave term. Then you're going to take the low. You're going to hit again a new target 0.618, which is perfect target for a wave 2, right? This is normally a perfect target, the most common. And then test again, 5 ways up or 3 ways up, continuation toward the downside. If continuation toward the downside, you're moving to a wave C. Very simple. So yeah, it's not easy trade. You are corrective, potentially, because after an impulse, in case, which is highest potential here, you have a correction toward the downside. Yep, so that was it for Celsius. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. So if you want to trace your paths here, you have, of course, potentially, definitely you need to test the 0.38. Then, of course, you have a crossroad for higher prices to be tested, or you're gonna continue simply toward the downside. Of course, you can have another crossroad inside the perfect fib levels for a wave 2. HSI, China. Okay, let's see this. Let's mark Celsius as red. So HSI. Which one is it? China. Okay, but Hang Seng Index Futures. Maybe the index, the normal index. Is it this one? Okay. All right. So if this is the one, please confirm. 23,400. Top one, okay. The top one, you mean this one? Okay, they are the same price, so it's the same chart, yes. Okay. Yeah, obviously it is impulsive, but be careful just by looking at it. Even if it is an impulse, look at this curve. Okay, when you see a curve on the chart, be careful from it. When you link all the tops, you see a curve. So be careful. So what do we have? Definitely this is your wave 3. Definitely it is a correction. And wave 3 longer than wave 1, meaning no ending diagonal. Sorry, I'm calculating the things first visually. Okay, so no impulse. Yeah, and that's why that is the curve effect. Yeah. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 potential finished wave A. You have a correction here. And you're looking for a big corrective wave. Potentially, you have, of course, here an A, B, and a C maybe. And you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal, but failing to take the high here, which is not nice at all as well. Or you have a big WX and a Y. What does it mean? This, of course, finished. It can be, of course, a finished zigzag toward the upside, somehow like this, and you have a correction wave X, and you have another structure, 3 waves for the Y. And why I'm saying nothing is impulsive here, that because you don't have, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, let's say. How is your wave 5 finished? Impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, can be, but yeah, based on the wave 2, what is that? Yeah, the wave 4 here. If you have a wave 4, what is the wave 2 here? You see the wave 2, there should be alternation, man. And look at the scale. Look at the scale. It's so huge in comparison. Therefore, higher potential here, you are in W, X, and a Y. You are looking right now after it. Okay, 2 scenarios. You are looking for an A, B, and a C toward the downside. Or you're looking at a triangle in a running triangle, potentially A, B, C, D, and a E. Here we go. This is your triangle. A, B, C, D, and a E. If you're looking at a triangle here, therefore, you're looking for a wave E after finishing this wave D. It might, of course, have one more leg, then moving for wave E, and then moving toward the upside in a big wave A, B, C, meaning big A, B, and a C in the blue or let's say yellow scenario. Big A, B, C after a triangle. Meaning the path of this scenario is D, E, and a wave C. Other scenario is your wave C here, which it can be unfolding and expanding flat. Yeah, but very rare case scenario because look, if you are looking for an expanding flat, you would like to see an impulse. Where is your impulse? No impulse. Ending diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, possibly. Can be, but very low possibility. Higher possibility goes for the triangle. Yep. Targets. Okay, we cannot give you the target yet, but let's say virtually almost. Let's take it on the lowest low here. 1-to-1 fib level as a regular flat wave C. Yeah, let me what is extended? Okay, let's remove the fib, the logarithmic. Here we go, got it back. So we're looking at 41K potentially, which is double. Yeah, so it can be. Yep, so that was it for HSNI. Well, so I think that was it for today, guys. It was nice to see you. Thank you for being there, and I hope that this was helpful. And of course, for the next week, I'm gonna try my best, of course, to keep you updated as much as possible. I wish you to have a nice weekend. Be careful from this intense week as well. You're very welcome, everyone. Arcane, Shafi, Biliak, everyone. And